Hello and welcome to our Providence homestead. My name's Julie, and today and all this week we're actually going to be working on things to prepare for the fall and the winter season. And one of those things I like to do about this time of the year is start preparing cough syrup. Now, it only contains 2 ingredients as far as 2 items that go together to make up this cough syrup. Many of us have been used to going to the store and buying cough syrup, but this recipe actually came from a dear friend of mine, and which was handed down from her dad to her, and then she posted this, and ever since then I have been doing it myself every year in preparation for the cold and flu season, for times when you just have a sore throat or coughing spells, that kind of thing, to help coat the throat, to help ease some of that discomfort that you may have during those times. It only has 2 items that goes into making this cough medicine. One is, and I know this might present some controversy, is Jack Daniels. I'm a Christian. I don't partake in, drinking a lot of alcohol. But in this case, I feel it's very appropriate. If you look at any cough medicines that you find at the local pharmacies, over the counter, and you look at the ingredients, they all contain alcohol. Now, this choice is just using Jack Daniels, which is an alcohol, but it's not like you're taking the alcohol to get drunk. It's to help soothe your throat. And there are some medicinal purposes for that in helping you to relieve some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing when you have coughs and flu-like symptoms, to help ease the soreness that you feel in your throat. And like I said, it only this cough medicine that I'm going to be creating only contains 2 items. One is the Jack Daniels. The other, the original recipe, calls for peppermint hard candy, which what you see like at the big box stores. Show this to the camera. It contains those. Now you can look at the ingredients that make up the mints, and of course there's different variations of those, but I haven't come to learn how to make mints at home. So there you go, it's just the 2 items. Now the other thing that I had approached her with, and I actually started doing, was the original recipe calls for the peppermint hard candy. I also like to use the butterscotch hard candies. Now these come in bags that you can get at any of the big box stores. I usually just get the least expensive and go with that. You can get the upgraded gourmet peppermint candies or butterscotch candies, or any kind of candies that you prefer. I'm sure it would be really great with maybe even some cinnamon hard candies. That would probably be good as well. Plus cinnamon is good for you. So whatever you choose, like I said, the original recipe does just call for the peppermint hard candy, but you can experiment. It's your kitchen, it's your family, do what you'd like. So let me show you exactly how we put this together. So hopefully you can see this well. I just tilted the camera down, and so you can see what I have. Now usually I make this in pint-sized jars. This time I'm going to do it in smaller, like half pint sizes. These are also used for jelly. And so I've already have some filled in here. They do get sticky when they're out of their wrapping. But I just take these here and open them up and place them right into the jars. And I do each one of these until it's all gone. Usually one bag will pretty much do a pint size. But again, I may end up keeping one of these for myself and giving one as a gift. And if you're looking for ideas to give friends, family for Christmas, or any kind of, get well care package, like if they're not feeling well and you might want to give them something little, the little jelly jars are great for this, because it's enough to get them through, what they're experiencing, but not too much. So like I said, so I ended up trying to do, and we'll do 2 of these so I can have one for ourselves and one to share. I'm just going to continue to do this. And then over in the butterscotch ones, same thing, just taking them and putting them into jars. So I'll be back with you in just a few minutes when I get all of this done. Okay, so we have all of our little candies in our jars, and I just fill them up to about where the line is here. Just want to make sure it's not over full. If it is, then that's what I'm going to be eating. And these are the same way. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the Jack Daniels, and we're just going to pour it right over until you just cover the candies. I'm hoping I have enough. So I'm being a little bit messy. Have a little bit left over. That's okay. And what you can do is once you drink it down or use it down, then you can end up just adding a little bit more of the alcohol. So once it's filled up, just put the tops on. It's not a fermenting process, so you don't have to worry about being too tight on the lid. And it will take, I have found, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for it to be ready to use. And what will happen is, I don't know if you can tell, let me flip it back up here. I don't know if you can tell where it's up covering the candies. And what you can do is you can actually shake it, give it a good shake, and that way it totally engulfs them. And I'd say every day, you know, put it on your counter, and every day just give it a good shake, and that releases those candies. And what will happen is the liquor will actually start dissolving the candies, and it will become a cohesive mixture. But it does take a little while, and I'm going to have to get a spoon. Hold on a second. So I had previously done some of the peppermint to kind of help start this project, and I'm just giving it just a little stir in there to kind of loosen up those candies. As you can see, it already starts to melt it a little bit. And then, like I said, now it'll shake a little bit more. Let me do the other one, because I wanted to try and hurry up the process, so I had already unwrapped some of the peppermints, and they start melting just naturally. But every day, just as you're walking by on the counter, just give it a good shake, or you can put it inside your pantry. And every time you go in there to get bread or anything you're going to be using for dinner, is go ahead and give it a good shake, because it had already started sticking again. And what will happen is the alcohol that is in there will start dissolving these candies, and that way it'll give the flavor. So you'll have more of a sweet flavor as opposed to the alcohol taste, which most of us who aren't drinkers don't care to be drinking the Jack Daniels. But in this way, it makes it more tolerable for it to get down into your system and help coat your throat. Like I said, it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks. It continues, it won't go bad. So as you continue to use it, you can, like I said, add a little more of the alcohol back in there, add a few more candies. But the longer it sits, the more dissolved the candies will be. Now the peppermint, I would imagine, would be the original choice. The reason that was there was because peppermint is good for the body and healing as well. I chose to also do the butterscotch because it's a little bit sweeter. And like I said, it would be probably great with some cinnamon hard candies, or if you got some ginger hard candies, that kind of thing. Mix it up, see what your family likes. I'm not sure I would be mixing the different candies in the same jar, because that just might be just too overwhelming, because you don't know what you're going to come up with. I guess if you take a cinnamon and a butterscotch and a peppermint and put in your mouth at the same time, See if you like that kind of flavor combination, and if you do, then by all means go ahead and give it a whirl. But otherwise, I would keep them separate. Okay, so this is it for the first step of preparing for what's coming ahead for the flu and cold season. If you use a lot of the natural ways of healing, then hopefully it'll help you feel better and you won't have to resort to using stronger medicine. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Go out and get you some hard candy and some Jack Daniels and make up your own combination of what you'd like, and that way it'll be ready for when you need it this winter. Okay, so for now, I want to thank you for stopping by the homestead, and until next time, hug and kiss your loved ones, tell them you love them, and we'll see you next time, okay, at our Providence homestead. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know if you're going to try this. And if you do, and it's later in the video, some time has passed, come by and back and let me know how you like it. And if you did decide to use different combinations, okay? So we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and share. Bye now. So a little edit here. I just realized when I was going back over the video that I really didn't tell you how to use it. So when you're having those symptoms of cough, sore throat, that kind of thing, then what you use is you use 1 teaspoon of the combination, whether it's the peppermint and Jack Daniels or the butterscotch and Jack Daniels, or if you even try to do the cinnamon hard candy and Jack Daniels, it's 1 teaspoon, and that will help coat your throat. Okay, and there isn't like a limitation. It isn't like a lot of cough syrups that you get over the counter where it's 1 for every 4 hours, that kind of thing. It's just if your throat is sore from coughing or just sore throat in general, you can just take a teaspoon of this, and then an hour later, if you need to take another teaspoon, then that's okay. And that's the beauty of using the natural medicine. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Take care.